Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is March 25th, 2023. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at stocks with very high short ratio and see how to benefit from it. So with that, let's jump in and get started. Look, from a market perspective, market is wondering where to go. It slightly went higher on Friday, as you can see here, but we got a lot of banking issues going on here. On Friday we got Deutsche Bank. It's got some crisis because of the cost involved in insuring these deposits. That's why market sold off and then slightly went higher toward the close. And look, Dow Jones Industrial Average, same story, overall negative, but we had a pretty okay Friday. And Nasdaq is pretty good so far. Look, on a 3-month basis, Nasdaq is a little more stronger. And we got Russell 2000 weaker. Normally Russell gets sold off. It's a leading indicator, so it's sold off pretty hard, but now it's showing some strength on Friday. And then you got bonds. Bonds are cruising along higher, as you can see here. So this is it's really a little bit good news. But as bonds are going higher, interest rates are coming down. So interest rates coming down could be good news for some of these stocks or companies borrowing too much money. And then you got crude oil here. Look, crude oil is selling off here. At this time, you could buy some good quality crude oil names or energy names. Think about Pioneer National, PXD, which is Pioneer Resources. You could look at Chevron and ExxonMobil, and so on and so forth. And look, gold is going higher, safe haven. So folks are putting money in gold and precious metals. And dollar, after selling off here, it's showing some strength here. And look, if you look at the VIX here, let's bring up VIX. VIX is a volatility gauge. Look, VIX is not doing much here. VIX sold off, as you can see here. Look, VIX is coming down off late. So it could be good news here. VIX went up 2 days here, basically Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then it came down again. So overall, as you can see here, market is wondering where to go. This is actually option sellers dream market. You could really sell some put spreads underneath over here, and you could when the market goes higher, sell some call spreads on top here. That's the best way to make money in this market. And we could also look at some of the short squeeze names we'll look at as we go forward. All right, let's jump in here, look at some broad market update here and go from there. Look, from a fear and greed index perspective, we are at 33, as you can see here. Look, we are at 33, and last week we were at 24. So folks are getting a little bit comfortable, as you can see here. Last week banks were all had challenges. Now that's getting sorted out. That's why we have 33 right now, and Fed is also trying to have some dovish tone here. They might do one more rate hike, and probably they will keep the rates there for a while here. That's why market had a good news from Jerome Powell, but not so good news from Janet Yellen. That's why market is wondering where to go. But overall, I think direction is positive so far. All right, so now let's jump in here and look at my favorite platform, which is tradytics.com. Look what's going on. We are trying to look at sector rotations, as you can see here. Let's look at a 15-day time frame here. Look at a 15-day time frame. We got financials here. Financials is down the most. If you're a long-term type investor, you could buy some financials. Look, it's trending slightly higher, as you can see here. You could buy some big banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all great ones. You could jump in and buy them. And you could also buy regional bank ETF. That's also a good one to buy. Yeah, and you could buy this big bank ETF, which is XLF, as many of you know here. I'd been buying some of these bank names just for my long-term portfolio. And then we got here a few more here. Look, energy is trying to slightly go higher. You could buy some energy also here. and slightly, as you can see here, most of the names are trying to go higher. Now, after the Fed doing a 25 basis points rate cut and a little more dovish, that's why, market is trying to slowly grind higher, as you can see here. All right, now without further ado, let's go into finviz.com, which is one of my favorite platform to look at some of these short squeeze time names here. Look from a market perspective, as you can see here, market on Friday went higher, looked nice swing here, but in the morning it got sold off pretty hard, as you can see here. And now what we'll do is we'll go into stock screener here and go into short interest screener. It's a very quick screener, as you can see here. I got here stock price more than $1, and look, short float is over 10%, and current volume is more than 1 million. Very simple filters here. You could do the same thing in FinViz free version also. And if you have a free version, you could go into ownership tab. That's where you got the short float here. I sorted by short float descending, as you can see here. Since I got elite platform, I could go into custom here, and I could look at multiple things here. Look, Silvergate is still at the top here. We got a nice pop on Friday. It's up 52% on Friday, but at this time I'm not bullish on Silvergate. I'm not putting my money there, even though it had a good run on Friday. And we got a few more here, Carvana, Allo, and so on and so forth here. So as you can see, look, we got short float right here. Short float, it's in a descending order, as you can see here. What I've done is I've taken the data from here. If you have elite membership, you could download this entire set of data, and you could take into Excel spreadsheet and do some thorough analysis and come up with some buy sell recommendations. So with that, let's jump in here. I got my spreadsheet open here. We'll start with the options and go from there. Look, we are in let's go into ETF to begin with. Look at broader market picture, then we'll go into short squeeze names here. Look, we got major ETFs here. I will go into indices to begin with. From a index perspective, we got SPY, which is a major ETF, as many of you know here. Look, SPY, as you can see here, we got performance here 1 day on Friday, which is up 7%, and look, 5 day also it's up, 10 day it's up. So SPY is a good old ETF here. I love SPY, especially for options trading. It's a great one. And look, overall 7-day net premium in the options market is $35 million. That tells you this is trending higher. It's a positive. And as you can see here, put call open interest ratio is 2.07, which is very high. More people are buying put options. And put call volume ratio, which is on Friday, Friday's volume, that's a little more positive compared to put call open interest ratio. That tells you it's trending positive at this time. You could slowly deploy some money in SPY. If you're an options trader, you could sell some premium way below and sell some put spreads way below current price and sell some call spread way above current stock price or ETF price and make some great money. I've been doing it all day long. It's a great one to do that, especially when the market sells off. And then you got look, overall from a trend perspective, look, long term it's a buy. And it's overall I think it's a good one to slowly start buying, especially when it gets sold off here. And then you got QQQ here, which is again Nasdaq, tech heavy Nasdaq. There is no financials here, that's why it went higher. As you can see here, 1 day, 5 day, 10 day, it went higher. Look what's going on here in the option market. The 7-day net premium is negative 37 million. So that tells you at this time basically QQQ might come down slightly and give back those those gains, whereas and money can go into other areas like SPY and IWM and so on and so forth. That's what's happening here. Look, money is coming out of QQQ here and going into SPY, IWM, and even DIA slowly. So that's what's going on at the high level. And now let's go into financials and go from there. Look, from a financial perspective, we got XLF here. XLF, look, money is flowing into XLF. 7-day net premium is positive, as you can see here. And we got HYG. I'm not too much into HYG, but I bought some XLF, when the market was down, which is a good one here. And look, TLT, it's going higher. A lot of money is going into TLT here. Look, it basically came down so much here. That's why folks are putting money into. Actually, it's a KRE. This is a regional bank ETF. Even at this time, you could put some money here. Look, a lot of money is flowing into regional bank ETF. Regional banks are not going to go under. This is a ETF, which is a basket of stocks. That's why it's a great one here. Completely sold off. Look at that performance here, down 13% in 10-day, 28% in 1 month, and so on and so forth here. At this time, you could buy some KRE. You could even buy some options if you're an options trader. And we got names like TLT, even XLE, energy. Look, money is flowing out of energy. 7-day net premium in the option market is negative 1 million. So that's why it tells you money is flowing out of those areas. So that's what's going on here. And let's go into a few more things here. Let's go into sector and the industry sectors and see what's going on here. From an industry sector perspective, actually, let's go into major trends here and look at the major trends. Look, from a major trends perspective, we got here SMH, semiconductors. Look, money is flowing into semiconductors. 7-day net premium is positive here, and stocks like NVIDIA, AMD are having great fun here. They're going higher. And as you can scan through here, we got a few more things going on here. Keep watching 5-day and 1-day here. Look like SMH came down slightly. And we got block, which is blockchain or crypto. It came down slightly on Friday, as you can see here. And overall block, look, money is flowing out slightly, but not too much at all. All right, so with this, we can also look at the stocks with a very high open interest here. ETFs with very high open interest. Look, all these ETFs have got very high open interest, as you can see here. Keep watching the open interest. 18,000 contracts held in SPY, and QQQ also very high. QQQ, we got IWM here. QQQ also look very high open interest. If you're an options trader, always look at the open interest. Always ETF for a stock with a very high open interest will be very easy to get in, get out. It's very liquid. So one of my favorite topic is to trade these high open interest ETFs, especially sell some premiums, call spread at the top and put spread at the bottom, and sell some premium, especially market is very volatile. It's a great strategy in this market. All right, now we'll go into Excel spreadsheet and look at the stocks with a very high short ratio. Look, this is the stocks with a very high short ratio. As usual, we got all this. We got short float right here. You can see from a short. Actually, it's right here. Look, from a short float perspective, we got all these stocks with very high short float here. We got Silvergate at the top here. As you can see here, Silvergate from a trend perspective, it's a short-term 100% sell, medium percent 100% sell, long-term also sell. The deal is done here. I would not put my new money here. Instead, I will go into other areas. And we got Carvana here. Look, Carvana, as you can see here, we got stock price is about $8, as you can see here. From a trend perspective, it's a sell trend, as you can see here. 50% sell, short term, medium term, and so on and so forth here. And as you can scan through as I go further to the right here, Look, we got some of the short float. Let's go right here. Look, very high short float here, 48% as you can see here, and they got a float of 96 mil, which is slightly higher. They got a lot of shares available float right now, but look at the borrow short, short borrow. Looks like there is a lot of shorts stocks borrowed here, 2.4 million. And the borrow rate is also slightly high. You got to pay high 11.06% to borrow these shares. That's slightly higher as you can see here. Days to cover is also slightly high, but not too much. So look, what's going on is in one day, Carvana went slightly lower. And as you scan through the RSI perspective here, we got RSI right here. From an RSI perspective, look, Carvana is getting better. 14-day RSI is 48, 7-day RSI is 52. It's getting better as you can see here. At this time, because RSI is still low here, you could put some money slowly into Carvana here, especially given the borrow rate. Look, they got a lot of short borrow at this time, and borrow rate is also slightly higher. And as you scan through, net delta is still negative. That tells you folks are, the net delta in the option market is negative, which is bearish as you can see here. Put call volume is ratio is slightly negative. Put call open interest is also slightly negative as you can see here. That tells you folks are, it's really dead heat as you can see here. Same number of put options and call options are traded. That's why it's a wash. At this time, you could expect Carvana to go higher, especially look what's going on here. Even though it's down on Friday, it's up in the 5-day, up in the 10-day, and RSI at this time, RSI 14 days 48, which is still below 50. I like it when the RSI is below 50. I don't want to chase when the RSI is much higher. So that's about this one here. And I got here insider score. Looks like insiders are buying Carvana. That's why insider score is high. And as you scan through here, we got a few more things. Gross margin is net margin is negative as you can see here, and relative volume is slightly low, 30-day relative volume. But I think it's it's okay to slowly start buying. Understand company is not making too much money. That's why net margin is still negative. And as you can scan through here, we got debt to equity. The current ratio is above 1, which tells you they may not go under. They got assets to cover their current liabilities. And we got a few more here. We got Allo, which is Allogen. Look, Allogen, as you can see here, $5 stock here, and net delta is negative as you can see here. And open interest is very low in the options market. This is not super active as you can see here. And this one has got, let's see here, Allo, as you see here, Allo has got a short squeeze, score of 73, which is pretty good here. So one thing to notice here, this short squeeze score, which is from Fintel, the higher the better. So 87, 73, these are all good short squeeze scores. And even Allo is also okay. Above 70 is okay. Above below 50 or below even 70, I would not go into those names much. And then we got a few more here. Allo, we talked about Allo already. And we got NVAX and so on and so forth here. Look at NVAX here. NVAX, as you scan through here, we got insiders slowly buying some NVAX. Net delta is negative. That tells you in the option market, folks are really bearish on this one slightly. And put call volume ratio is getting positive. That's a good sign here. Looks like folks are slowly buying some call options, but it's a low dollar stock. That's why you don't see too much open interest here. And we got a few more as you can scan through here. Keep a watch on insiders buying. For example, Carvana insiders are buying, and we got Marathon Digital here. Look, insiders are buying Marathon Digital. And as you scan through here, we got insider score 35.2. That tells you insiders are buying. And Look, Marathon, as we scan through here, we got Marathon. We got 300,000 shares borrowed here. So these short sellers are borrowing, but not a huge amount. It's just 300,000, as you can see here. And as you see here, Marathon Digital, we got it's down in 1 day, down in 5 day. Looks like crypto is not doing great. And as we scan through here, Marathon Digital, we got RSI here. RSI perspective, look, it's slightly higher. I would be buyer of Marathon. If the RSI comes down below 50 here, I would slowly buy. At this time, RSI is slightly high for me, and I would wait to put my money here. And we got a few more here. Look, VTNR, we talked about it last time here. Look, it's looks like it's going higher. It had a nice run here. Look, VTNR, it's went up, as you can see here from an RSI perspective. It's slightly high for me right now. Look, RSI is 52 in 14 day, 55 in 7 day. At this time, I would look for a little bit lower RSI candidates here. And we got a few more names here. What we'll do is we'll look at a low RSI. I will just say RSI less than 50. So let's look at those names here. All right, so we got RSI less than 50 here. And so these are the, we could look at these names here. And if you're up to it, we could also do one more thing here. Let's look at short squeeze score. We can say short squeeze score over say 70. So that way we can look at, let's say greater than or equal to here. All right, so these are, there's a probability of short squeeze in these names here. Given, short squeeze score is high. The short squeeze score, as many of you know, this is from fintel.com here. These guys, try to derive the short squeeze score based on their proprietary algorithm, as many of you might be already knowing here. And we got other things like days to cover and so on and so forth here. And now if I go here, look, Carvana, looks like short sellers have borrowed a lot of shares here, and the borrow rate is also a little bit higher. And we got a few more names. As you scan through here, keep watching the borrow here. The higher the borrow, that tells you folks have borrowed a lot of shares. And also watch for the borrow rate. The higher the stocks borrowed and higher the borrow rate, that tells you at this time short sellers, they got to pay a higher rate to borrow these shares. That's why these stocks have got tendency to go higher. And as you can scan through here, we got one more here, IBRX here. Look, they borrowed 2 million shares of IBRX. The reason it's going high is because they borrowed this. Borrow rate is not too much, it's 5.54. Because look, institutions also buying. That's why this one is already going higher, as you can see here. And as you scan through the RSI levels here, RSI is still slow, still below 50 here. You could still buy. This is a very low dollar stock. It's just $1.64, as you can see here. But by looking at this, because it's a high borrow, it's trying to go higher here. This can still go higher, as you can see here. And look, there are 3 days to cover the shorts with the normal volume. And we got a few more. Look, we got Workhorse and so on and so forth here. Look, we got SRG. SRG, look, very high borrow here, very high shorts borrowed at this time, 3.8 million. But borrow rate is not too much. It's just 0.61 here. And from a float perspective, let's see here, float is very, float is not too much here, but borrow rate is not too much. That's why you got to be slightly careful. It's coming down still. I like when the stock is trying to make a small uptick or a small up move. And we got a few more, as you can see here. So now what we'll do is we'll also look at some of these gamma squeeze. In the options market, when the gamma squeeze score is high, there's a chance, that people are buying a lot of call options. The moment people buy a lot of call options, what will happen is market maker, on the other hand, they have to buy the shares with the using the delta. So just to make sure and people buy call option, these folks have to buy the shares, so that way if they exercise call options, these market maker can sell them the shares. So that's why whenever there's a very high call activities going on, and the gamma score typically becomes a little bit higher. So what we'll do is we'll look at gamma score here and go in here and say greater than or equal to, actually greater than or equal to, let's say 70%. So these are the stocks where there is a high chance of call buying activity going on here. That's why stock can still go higher, because market maker will end up buying the shares. Let's see what's going on here. Let's remove the percentage. Let's say 70. All right, look, we got let's make it greater than or equal to. All right, so look, these are the ones where there's a gamma squeeze and short squeeze both. We got upstart here. As you scan through here, upstart has been coming down off late here. Let's click on upstart. Look, upstart is a 100% sell in the short term. Long term is also sell. It's one of those stories where all these fintech names are really not doing great off late, as many of you know here, coming down. So you got to be slightly careful here from an option perspective. Pretty healthy option open interest here. Put call volume ratio is 0.89. Put call open interest ratio is 0.98 here. And company still not making money, as you can see here. And debt to equity ratio and current ratio, for some of these fintechs names, they don't have correct debt to equity ratio, as many of you already figured it out. So at this time you got to be slightly careful on the upstart here, but there's a good chance this can go higher, mainly because look, we got short squeeze score and gamma squeeze score, both are higher. But it's been coming up off late, coming down off late here. So you could slowly start buying. I would try to look for a positive uptick here, but otherwise you could slowly start buying. And we got a few more here. NKLA, as you can see here, there's a slight uptick here. Look at the option open interest in NKLA, very high option open interest. And put call open interest, put call ratio is telling you it's a dead heat between the bulls and bears at this time. Stock is trying to go higher. You could buy some NKLA at this time here. And then you got Wayfair. We talked about Wayfair last week also. Look what's going on. Slowly Wayfair is trying to go higher. And look, from a RSI perspective, still low here. And Wayfair net margin is negative, as you can see here. Gross margin is pretty good. Look at the option open interest, pretty healthy. You could still buy some Wayfair at this time here, $34. This can go higher. And we got camping ground here. Camping ground, as you can see here, from an options perspective, open interest is not too much. It's not very active in the options market. Net delta is also negative, as you can see here. Stock has been coming down, as you can see here. Stock has been coming down. Look, it's 1 day down and 5 day down. So you can slowly go into camping world, given it's stabilizing at this time here. And let's look at a few more here. Rite Aid, $2 stock here. Look, open interest is pretty healthy, as you can see here. Folks are putting money into Rite Aid. Look at the net delta in the option market is trending higher. But as you see here, it's still it's still coming down big time here. I would wait for a positive uptick here before I put my money here. But looks like in the option market, look what's going on here. People are buying put options big time. Look at this put call volume ratio and put call open interest ratio. Put call volume ratio tells you on Friday folks bought lot of put options in Rite Aid. That's why you gotta be slightly careful here. Stock is coming down big time here. I would wait for a slight uptick before I put my money here. And look, borrow is not too much here, just 300,000 shares borrowed, so not too much here. On the other hand, we got a few more here. Look, Dick's Sporting Goods. Look, it's a 15% short, as you can see here. It's not very active in the option market. Very few options, as you can see here from an open interest perspective. Net delta is positive at this time, and look, it's this can go higher. Look at the RSI is 49 here. We could buy some Dick's Sporting Goods. It's a little bit pricey stock here. You could even buy some options at this time here, given stock is a little bit pricey. And we got a few more here. We got ALT. Let's look at ALT here. Look, Dick's Sporting Goods. Look, from a sentiment perspective, it's all buy at this time. Even from a analyst perspective, look, 19 analysts are following this one. You could buy some Dick's Sporting Goods at these levels here. And we got a few more here. We got ALT, $4 stock, as you can see here. For a $4 stock here, I think it's pretty healthy open interest here. Look, we got folks buying, as you can see here, more call options being bought. Look, there is an insider buy. Look at this recent insider buy of $85,000, which is a good one here. So you could buy some ALT also up here. Look at institutional transactions, pretty healthy. Look, stock also went higher, 3.1% in one day. You could buy this one also here. Look, it's down big time. People lost a lot of money in this one here. And we got Crocs. Crocs, as many of you know, it's a good comeback story. Look, long-term buy, and 8 analysts are following this stock here. And you could buy some this stock also. Look what's going on from an RSI perspective. It's 48 right now, and RSI 7 is 47. Tells you it's getting a little bit beaten up here. RSI is coming down from 48 to 47, but look, it's net margin is positive. That tells you company is making money. You could buy some call options, put some money into Crocs also here. And then got EAT. Look, EAT, what's going on here. EAT is trying to slightly go higher, as you can see here, but look, not too much active in the options market. All right, now what we'll do is we'll look at stocks which are super active in the options market, and for that let's look at options open interest, and look at the high open interest here. All right, let's do one thing. Let's sort this out here by options open interest. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so in this view, we don't have option open interest. We can go back to my different view here and go into right here, run one. And I could go into this view. We got open interest here. I could say high short. I think we already have high short here. And we could sort by, we could say volume more than 1 million shares. And actually we could go right here. Look, we got open interest right here. We could go in here and sort this by high open interest and go from there. All right, let's make it largest to smallest. And I will also go back here to open interest, and let's make open interest more than 10%. Actually, let's go in here and make the short more than 10%, so that way we get, oh, I think we already have the short here, more than 10%. That's good. I can just remove some of these columns here, so we see the important columns and not all the columns. All right, let's hide this much here. All right, so I think we are in a good shape. So we got a few names here. Let's go back here and look at our sorting very quickly. All right. So we got option open interest right here, and I could also remove some of this NA so they don't show up. Look, we got option open interest here. We got AMC, which is the highest open interest in these short names here. Look, AMC, as you can see here, we got, let's see how is RSI doing in AMC here. Look, from an RSI perspective, it's getting a little bit weaker. It's going from 40 to 37, and stock is not doing much in one day. It's just 0%, not doing much. And look, we got here insiders selling big time, institutional selling big time. That's why you got to be slightly careful here. But stock has not done much. In 5 days, it's up 6.9%, just a $4.47 stock here. Not very expensive at this time here. And if you look at the chart, let's go to our charting platform here, which is right here. Let's go into the chart and look at this one here, AMC. All right, so let's look at AMC here. Look, AMC is trying to go higher, as you can see here. Nice uptick here, and it's trying to go higher. Let's some news item here. Let's see strong previous reviews. I think there is some good things about AMC. Not bad. And look, it's trying to go higher. Let's look at maybe a 1 day type view here. Let's go to 1 day. All right, let's go to 1 day view. Look what's going on here. If you look at a 1 day view, after getting sold off, it's trying to slightly go higher. And if you look at the lazy bear indicator is telling you it's all the way came down. Now it's plateauing here. It can try to go higher. At this time, you could buy some AMC, given it already came down. Trying to make a basis here. And if you look at 1 hour or a 4 hour, you get a better picture. It's trying to go higher. This is 4 hour. If you look at 1 hour, look, it's again trying to make a basis here, and look, it's trying to go around and go higher. So that's why AMC could be a okay one at these levels here. And let's look at few more here. We got Carnival here. Look, Carnival, look, very high option open interest, 2.36 million. And Carnival is trying to go higher slowly here. From an RSI perspective, still look low. RSI 41, trying to improve in 7 day. You could look at Carnival also at these levels here. CCL. Look, Carnival, let's look at daily chart to begin with here. Look, it's trying to improve at this time here. And lazy bear indicator is also trying to go around, and this red bar can become short and try to go higher. Look, there's a earnings coming up here, which is Monday the 27th. That's why you got to be slightly careful, and this can pop given the short ratio is high. Look, we got a short ratio right here. Short float 12%. Around the earnings this can go higher. It already started going higher, so you could put some money here. Look, we got anyway earnings coming up here. We could even wait for the earnings, or you could put some money before, and if it comes down hard, then you can put some more money here. All right, let's look at a few more here. We got rig, Transocean. Again, look at the float. We'll look at the option open interest, very high as you can see here. And let's look at rig. Look, rig after coming down here big time, it's trying to look at this. Let's look at daily. Daily, as you can see here, lazy bear indicator is telling you it's becoming weaker. But if you look at maybe 4 hour here, in the 4 hour also it's not great. Look, it's trying to go down here. And if you look at 1 hour chart here, in the 1 hour chart, you can see here it's trying to improve. As you can see here, it's consolidating, and it can consolidate some more and go higher. And if you look at maybe a 30-minute chart, you might get some better idea. Look, in a 30-minute chart, is telling you this is trying to go higher, which could be good news here. So you could put some money here also. And let's see what's going on from a news perspective. Energy is lower, understood. Energy is anyway, right now it's lower. As energy goes higher, this rig, Transocean can also go higher. And if you go back here, we got NKLA. NKLA is trying to go higher. We talked about this already. Let's go and see what's going on in NKLA. Look, NKLA is already going higher, trying to go higher. And look, it's I think this is a good one to put some money here. And we got a few more here. Let's look at GameStop very quickly. What's going on in GameStop here? Look, GameStop, it's already up so big here. I would not put my money here. I would wait for it to come down. Look at that RSI 67, RSI 7 days 77. I would wait for this to come down here. Look at that 44% performance in 5 days. It's at this time I would not put my money here. All right, so we got a few more here. Right, blockchain, we talked about this. I think it's right now RSI is a little high for me. I will wait for this to come cool off, then I would put my money here. And keep watching here. We got AFRM is trying to go higher, as you can see here, slightly higher. And options open interest is also pretty healthy here. And RSI perspective, it's still low. You could put some money here. Understand fintech names are not doing great of late. They've come down so much. That's why this is trying to go higher, as you can see here. All right, so with that, I will wrap it up here. Thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.